The purpose of this quick video is to help you get your Schoology courses up and running for the school year. When you select courses, any courses that look like this with the numbers, those are coming from Infinite Campus. That just means that's the course number. This is section 1. This is a high school course, and so keep that in mind as we go through this. But let's take a look at what we need to set up. I select the course, and right away, you can edit your course image. You can add materials if you're a teacher that keeps things organized in your Schoology resources. You can import those things from resources right here. Otherwise, you can actually navigate into a past Schoology course, or if you have a sandbox course or something, you can copy things into this course as well. A lot of times people are copying things from past years. We'll come back to that. Let's take a look at a few things here. You want to go to grade setup first, and then we're going to go into the Infinite Campus app because I know that many of you like to sync your grades from Infinite Campus. So we're going to go to grade setup first. And in Schoology, you'll see this grading period of semester 1. All that means is everything is cumulative in semester 1. A couple changes. You want to add your categories here in the Schoology, and so we're going to create formative and summative categories. Some secondary schools have a little different categories than that, but this is an example, and so you can customize based on your own school's specific instructions. Please leave the calculated by as total points. Sometimes people change that and it causes issues later with their grades not matching up or being correct. So we'll create that, formative. We will add another category, summative. And again, follow your building's instructions, leave everything else alone. Now we do want to weight our categories. Again, your building's going to have instructions. I think most middle schools, the formative category is 20%. In a high school course this year, it's 30%. Summative is 70%. So we'll do that. You can choose by clicking a star a default category as you create new assignments. That'll just save you some clicks. Let's say that most of your assignments are formative. It'll just save you some clicks. All right, we'll leave that alone. Gradebook scale, this is for your final grade settings. It's how Schoology calculates the grade, and so we will say secondary scale. This is a secondary course. Please note that for individual assignments, numeric is fine. Just leave it. That's just going to mean that the individual assignment is just reported as a percentage score. So if a student gets 8 out of 10, it'll just show 80%. It doesn't tell them a letter grade. It doesn't reach any other conclusion. And so we've got our categories. They're weighted. We set our gradebook scale for final grade to secondary, and we're going to save. Important to do this first. I will say that if you have multiple sections of the same course, you may have already linked them ahead of time. Or if you haven't linked them, this would be a good time to link them. I'll show you where that is quickly. If you go to Courses and My Courses, if you had multiple sections under here, you could link those. I don't see it here because it doesn't apply to me. I only have one section of that course, but you could link other sections to this one, and that's going to allow you just to be a little more efficient. So, okay, let me pop back in that course. Next step is going to be, assuming you want to use the sync from Schoology to Infinite Campus for grades, for scores, I'm going to look for Infinite Campus in the lower left here. This is the Infinite Campus app. There's nothing there yet. I don't have any materials, but in the configuration area, I should see in the left column, formative and summative, and I need to match those up with my newly created Schoology categories. So formative there, summative here, and save that. If you do have linked sections, there'll be a little switcher up here to switch to the next section. So you do need to do this. Even if you've linked your sections, you need to do this configuration of categories for each section. And so you only have to do this once. It's going to be a one-time thing, and then next time you get new courses at the semester or next year, you may have to do it again. All right. We are going to show you one more thing that it's helpful to know some troubleshooting. Sometimes there's some settings that are still getting worked out, and that could be the case this year. This refresh grading tasks button will never hurt to click that. So if things don't seem quite right when you're setting up your assignments, this refresh grading tasks is helpful. All right, so I'm going to go to my materials page. I want to show you two different things. One, if you're just creating materials now, you can add things, add materials, let's say I'm adding an assignment. I do need to, you know, put in a name here. One. You do not need to put a description, although that's very helpful. I mean, the more that students and families can see about that assignment, the better. You're able to add all sorts of things, text, video, whatever it is, whatever you'd like to use, you can add that here, and the more the better. If we go down here, you do need a due date. There's no asterisk for it, but if you want to sync your grades, a due date is important to get it to show up in the right place. You don't need to have a time. Maybe this is only a 20-point assignment. Okay, so grading task, this is something that's unique to Infinite Campus. It doesn't really matter in Schoology, but there's an asterisk because I have my grade sync set up. I just did that. There's only one choice for you here. It's just this one that says quarter. Um, just choose it. That will help it go correctly over to Infinite Campus. So don't worry about what it says. If there's more than one, please put in a help desk ticket or talk to someone in your building if you're willing to experiment a little bit. But there should just be one task for you to select there. Here's where I decide, is this formative or summative? Formative was the default, so that was that little star I checked. I'll leave it formative here. Do not mess with the factor, just leave it 1. One last thing before I create this assignment. This little drop box means that assignments are able to be turned in Schoology. That's the default. If this is something like a presentation or a speech or paper pencil assignment that students are turning in, you can deselect this. And what that does is it gives you a place to enter grades here, but it doesn't confuse students by putting a submit assignment button in that assignment because it's something they're going to turn into you physically. So the default is yes, it's online, you can turn it in. You can change that. I'll create this assignment. Oh, a time. Okay, I guess a time is required. I lied. All right, we'll leave that. It put in 11:59 for me now, so we'll try again. All right, so I've got that assignment now. I am going to pull in some assignments from another place, and then I'll come back to this video. All right, I'm back. So I pulled in a unit from last year's version of this course. And to get it ready for this year, I just want to look through it. One thing you can do is you can always, this is unit 1, but I could unpublish this. So if I pulled in 4 units, I might right now unpublish units 2, 3, and 4 and just leave unit 1 available. And I could even unpublish it now while I'm working on it. Students won't be able to see this until school starts, but if this is during the school year, sometimes if you're still a work in progress, it can be nice to have it unpublished and work on it that way. But anyway, so here we go. I have some information here. This is just a Schoology page. Here, when you see this little icon, I happen to know this is an Ed puzzle. So I'm probably going to take a screenshot of this, and I'm just going to keep that off to the side. The reason is things like Ed puzzle, things from other apps, you actually have to rebuild those every year. If I just start using this one with my new class, it's going to break. So I'm going to go ahead and actually delete this. I don't want that. It's not going to work. It might seem to work, but it's going to cause technical headaches. Other assignments like these, that's fine. Here they are. There's a PDF to read a couple assignments. I want to show you, you could go into each assignment and you could edit it. Oops. Cancel this. That is, it looks like it's actually, okay. I'm going to go to this one. That was a bad example. Okay, so here you can see that it came in, but there's nothing selected. So I can go through, I can set up my due date, my grading task, all that stuff. And I'm going to need to do that. I'm going to show you another place you can do this because if you brought in a whole bunch of things, you may want to do this all at once. And so what you can do is go to the gradebook and you can quickly go to this bulk edit area right here. All right. Not too much in there, but here's where you can check several things. You can put in grading tasks. You can put in the due date for this. Um, and you can make sure everything else looks good, even the way you're grading it. So keep in mind that this bulk edit area is going to be very helpful to make a bunch of changes at once. I think that that's probably enough to help you get started for now.